how are you? Come on and join me. Come on and join me this morning. Come to my lovely workshop. Hi everyone. Do come and join me. It'd be lovely to hear from you. And what are we going to look at today? If you like my mug, you're the best. That's what I'm giving to all of you today. You are the best. Okay, I believe in positive. All right. Oh. Hello everybody. Hi. Welcome. Just letting everybody come on. Oh, good. The Facebook have stopped messing around with the comments, so I can see them again at the side. Don't know why they changed things. So, welcome. My name's Melanie Wellard. You can look at everything I do in the comments, or is it above? Don't know whether it's above or below. And you can look me up on my website, melaniewellard.co.uk. I live in the UK. And I'm a psychic medium, I'm a healer, I'm a workshop facilitator, I'm a wedding and funeral celebrant. I do many, many things. But at the basis of it all, everything I do is to help people to become more of who they want to be, to reach their dreams, their goals. But I do like working with people who really want to take action, okay, and they want to walk the talk rather than just say things, wish things, but they want to take action. So if you want to really take action and change your life, I do work with clients on a one-to-one, can do it online, and not a problem on any platform you like if you're really wanting to change your life. Now, I have called the session this morning. I get guided every week to what to call it and what Spirit want to talk about and how to help you. So what I would say is I will be doing a group reading in a moment, and do listen out for the messages that come through for other people as well, because as I always say in my workshops, that the people that I'm drawn to usually have something going on where it's a broader issue and it could be relevant to everyone else. So it's also about, if you were in a room with me now in a workshop, that's how I like to think of this, come into this lovely spiritual workshop as I hold the space here, and that you would all be chatting to each other, you'd all be working together, I'd be pairing you up to do things. So do contact me if you're interested in ever being involved in any of my workshops. Do just send me an email through my website. That would be great. And then I can keep your details and let you know as soon as I'm doing any online workshops, because that's how I like to think of it, is that you would all be helping each other, listening to each other, sharing experiences. So if you can bring that in rather than just thinking of, I want this all about me, me, me. Okay, I do like to think of a collaborative energy here. Okay, so what I'm going to be looking at this morning and what I was guided to write is, how can you become, you may have all heard the term that we're moving or have moved into 5D, fifth dimensional. This saying is being bandied about, but it's, what does it mean to you? Well, it means you have to be in a position to work on raising your vibration, raising your attitudes, raising your thoughts, raising your feelings to the point where you easily can feel compassion for all. And so I just was guided to bring that message through for everyone this morning. And so I'm going to do a group reading now to actually see what it is that we all need to be paying attention to. And then I'll be looking at individually, what is it you need to work on? What do you need to be looking at in order to move yourself into that higher way of being. Okay, this isn't about being perfect. Okay, we're all human beings, and I stress that we're human beings, not human doings. You've probably heard that phrase. So this is about how can we be in that state more? How can we spend more time being as opposed to doing, rushing about with zooming around trying to create more rather than being within and seeing how we can serve more. Okay, I take great honor in helping and supporting others. But even when I was in a full-time job, I also would always try and help and heal wherever I could in my work. So it's about how can you be looking at your life at the moment, and not about it can sometimes be that you have to give more to yourself. Okay, it's about that balance. It doesn't mean you have to immediately keep more giving more. It's about that balance. So we just need to be careful of language here of how that can be taken on board. So let's see what the message is for all of us here. Now, I'm very linked into spirit at the moment. I will be looking at your comments in a minute, but I try not to immediately get distracted while I'm just bringing this message through to all of you here. Okay. Wow. Okay. If we're talking about raising our vibration, how can we be more? Build on solid ground. Okay. So this is what we need to be looking at straight away. Are we on shaky ground? Are we making, are the words coming out of our mouth built on truth, is what I'm being told here. So do we speak one thing but do something else? Do we love to use language of love and light, and but inside we're fueled with resentment and bitterness? So if we're in a relationship, if we care for somebody, but at the end of the day we are filled with resentment, then that's where you have to start. Okay, you have to start about what do you need to do to change your life to reduce that bitterness. Is that to work on forgiveness? Is that because you need to move away from a situation and save yourself, so to speak? It just means, what do you need to look at to create the ability to build on solid ground? Does that make sense? Because somebody can be a carer all their life, but inside them they are fueled with such resentment, bitterness, lack of forgiveness that they it's like they build a dark shell all around themselves, and within there is this little child that is desperate for some love. So that's where you start. Does that make sense? Or if you feel that you totally neglect yourself, if you feel that you are constantly criticizing yourself with very negative language, then that's where you need to start to build on solid ground. Does that make sense? It's being honest with yourself. Where are you now? What is really going on underneath what you put out to the world? And this is always about the main thing I always get from spirit is that we need to always be looking at all of this with compassion, whatever it is, whether that is for someone else or for ourselves. That's how you raise that vibration gently and lovingly. So that's where we need to start. Okay, let's see what else. Right, okay, I'm going to use Metatron cards here. So I feel very much we have the angels coming in with us today. And so as I say, this is what I'm looking at. So if you feel that's not of interest to you today, that's perfectly okay. I always ask Spirit to bring me people who resonate with the energy that I'm going to be working with today. So we're going to be looking at what you can do to help raise your vibration. What does living in 5D, if you like, mean to you? So often this isn't about the everyday things that are going on in our life. Sometimes it's how do we go much deeper. My work is always about how do we go deeper to bring about transformational change. Okay, how do we heal on a very deep level? And that requires work from us all. Okay, we can have healing, but if we don't change, if we don't make those changes, if we don't actually take action, then there can be some healing, but we still have to act on the inspiration that comes through. So again, for all of us, what have we got? Wow. It couldn't be more clear. A dimensional gateway, an invitation. And here it's Archangel Metatron inviting us to go through a gateway to a higher way of being. So that couldn't be more clear for what we're talking about, okay? So we're talking about starting, building on solid ground and walking through, being willing to say, yes, I want to live in a fifth dimensional way. I want to raise my vibration. I want to live with more compassion and love and healing. Okay, and what is it that I need to do? So today is also yesterday and today, the full moon. So I'm going to just use the moon cards here. Okay, this is a message for you all. Okay. Okay, right. Well, there we go. Resistance. So this is what holds us back. Okay, this is what holds us back. Here is the answer. To build on solid ground, we have to want to, literally, we're getting an invitation to walk through the dimensional gateway, to live more in the light. But here's what we do. We hold on so tight to our ways of being, to, I want it to be better, but what I actually have to do something, what I actually have to change, what I actually have to stop bad mouthing my neighbors or my sister or whoever it might be. I want it to be more. I want to go through that. I want to work more in the light. But I also want to just not change anything in my world because, it all feels, and I don't really want to, help those less fortunate than myself. I don't really want to send prayers to the rest of the world at the moment because, I have my own to look after. Okay. These are all the thoughts. This isn't said in judgment. Okay. This is what we hold on to. We hold on for grim death. Okay. To what we don't want to change. All right. So what is it that you are holding on to? What is it you're holding on to so tightly? This is a message for all of those here with me now. What is it that you're holding on to so tightly that you're almost making it impossible to change? That could be a behavior, that could be an attitude of, well, do you know what? It would be all right if those others, if they all changed, then I'd be okay. No, we can only change ourselves. We can only look to ourselves. And this doesn't come from a state of saying, I'm wrong, I'm doing something wrong. It's about how do you take one step plus one, take one step up to living a life more in the light. Okay, what can you just release? This is perfect for the full moon. What are you holding on to? What can you just let go of today that will allow you to move forward? And I'm being told here, surge forward. Okay, let's just see. Let's just see what might be blocking us. Okay, got here surrender to silence. So I feel here this is about, we need to go inward. We need to really connect, whether that's just in a quiet time, in meditation, but being within to be asking ourselves what we need to let go of, what do we need to change in order to be able to walk in that beautiful place because it's us that holds ourselves back. So what do we need to do to build more on solid ground? Okay, so I think that's a rather powerful message today. So as I say, I'll now just be looking at doing some individual readings. I'd be interested to know, for those of you that come on to the spiritual directory regularly, we as therapists and practitioners, we pay to come on here. Obviously, we are advertising our services to let people know and to come on and support where we can. But I'd just be interested to know, those of you that come on regularly and you get a reading, do you then take action? Do you actually change your life? Has this taken you on a journey? Or do you just keep wanting another reading, hoping it will change? Okay, so there's some tough questions Spirit are bringing through today. Okay, so let's see where I am drawn to. I'm just going to use my pendulum to see, and then it'll just say when I've reached the person. Okay, yep, I got a yes there. Rosina Hodges. Okay, Rosina. Right, let's just see what's going on with you. So I'm going to use the cards that I've just used for everybody to be able to give you okay. So I'm going to use the same combination of cards I used for everybody else. Okay, Rosina, first of all, you've got wake up call. Okay, so I'm just going to see what that's about as I pull other cards for you. All right, and then we will be. So it's like, this sounds like there's some tough messages coming through from Spirit, but they're asking, this is a wake up call. Okay. Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, I'm using a different pack and you've got another one that says wake up call. Okay. What are the chances of that? Okay, so we'll look into this deeper. You are really being asked to pay attention. There is really something that does need to be looked at and changed. And it says listen and take note in this one. Okay, so it's like a clarion call coming up, right? I'm not being told anything else yet, so I'm just going to just pull these other cards from the other decks I used for the group reading and see what we get, and then I'll do a full reading for you. Okay, you have a fear card here. Okay, so let me just pull all the cards and then I'm going to do you a full reading with all of them. Okay, and it was these. Okay. And you've also got here surrender resentments. All right, so I was talking about that when I did the group reading. Okay, so I'm now going to bring all these together. You have two cards that say wake up call. Okay, so this is really asking you to take note. All right, and then you've got fear and resentments. Okay, so I'm really feeling here, my love, that this is time to really do some work on releasing this. Okay, they're really asking you to take a deep look at your life here. Okay, where are you feeling paralyzed with fear? What are you frightened to let go of? Because I feel that you're trapped. Okay, I feel a great sense of being trapped with you, and it's being taken over with this resentment. Now, as I say, full moon today, great time to decide to let go. You might not be able to actually let go today, but you could talk about letting go. It feels like it's time for you to move on. It really feels like where is that resentment coming from? Okay, you need to look at, and maybe that's where sitting in silence is, look at, if you don't know already, where is that resentment residing? What is it to do with? Resentment and bitterness are like poison within us, okay? And we can sit in those for years, and it just builds a bigger and bigger prison around ourselves, keeping us imprisoned, okay? I'm just going to, right, I'm just going to pull you another one here. Ah, okay. Right, I'm going to pull you an angel card and just see what. Okay. Right, okay. Well, this feels you've got sacred plan here. So I'm feeling that this is a very, very important time for you in your life. It's about, it may feel like you're in a dark place, but I really feel that you are being protected and looked after. And this is part of the sacred contract, the sacred plan that you signed up for, okay? And I do feel that it's because it's bringing you to this point of wanting to move on, of wanting to change. And here is an affirmation for you. I have abundance in all areas of my life, because it's, if you can change your thinking and start to focus on what is good in your life, it's going to give you more strength to actually move forward. Okay. Yeah, you have a decision to make. All right, which is what I was saying earlier. This is really a wake-up call to make a choice. All right, and it does feel like it is time for you. Okay, it really is time. I feel a deep spiritual soul with you, so I'm just going to also use the Magdalene cards. Now, as I said, for those of you just coming on, tonight is about how you can change, how you can develop in order to move into a more fifth dimensional way of living. Okay, so it's quite deep this morning. So this might not be about just everyday situations. All right, love. You have here the beloved, and I'm being taken to that word, beloved, be loved. This love has to start with you. I can feel your sadness. Be loved. Allow yourself to be loved, but that has to start with you. The solid ground has to start with you. You have a serious decision to make. I do feel that you will make the right one, but I'm not saying it's an easy decision, okay? I'm not, but it is the resentments that are holding you back, okay? And the fear, all right, is leaving you feeling a bit trapped, okay? So I'm just going to pull you a crystal card. As I say, these, you may find that these individual readings, I'm drawn to somebody that means their situation may resonate with others, okay? Obviously, if I work one-to-one, then it would be much more direct, but so do listen. Right. Wow. You have Moldavite, a gift from the skies. Moldavite heals through many levels. Its power is transformation, which is what we're talking about tonight. Slowly initiate yourself into the healing qualities, as it possesses a very quick, high vibration. It's good for low vibrational physical problems. So as you are, so I'll show you that again, Moldavite. You may wish to just, get hold of some, or you may wish to just focus on the energy of it and just see a picture of it and visualize it. And I'm also going to just see what color would really help you as well. Okay, lovely. You've got tangerine here. Be spontaneous and have fun. So I feel that in order to get you into a position where you can make that serious decision, you've got to raise that vibration a bit, to lighten up a bit, okay? And you've got to release some of these resentments. and work on that. You may need some help in doing that, but they are just going to keep you trapped. Okay, so I'm just going to also see here what these lovely dream cards. Yeah, okay. So in case you just wanted to have it confirmed again, all right, what it says is, let bygones be bygones. So that is speaking to letting go of that resentment, okay? The future can be very different from your past. Give life the opportunity to offer new experiences to you. Don't let your beliefs from your past stand in the way of a bright future. Wow, we could all do with a bit of that, eh? But it is that resentment and that fear that is holding you back. All right, that resistance card that I showed of the fist holding on so tight. Let bygones be bygones. Full moon is a wonderful time to practice forgiveness. Find a forgiveness prayer and start to say it often, or a forgiveness poem. All right, so I hope that helped, Rosina. So that was quite deep. As I say, these are quite deep because we are looking at how can we start living more five-dimensional. Okay, so I'm just going to use my pendulum again and see what I'm drawn to. Well, this will show me. Right, Lisa, is it Lisa I'm drawn to? Let me just see if the pendulum says yes. Okay, yeah. Lisa Varing. Lisa, okay. So as I say, with these cards, we are specifically looking at how you can change at a fundamental level, how you can bring about change at a fundamental level. So I'm going to use, for those of you who are here at the beginning, I'm using the same cards that I use to do the group reading, which you can all go and visit. Very profound reading at the beginning for all of you. So you can go back and watch this recording afterwards. So Lisa, let's see. Okay, well, this is again very profound to start with. I don't need to say any more. Okay, I'm going to pull all the cards and then I will do the full reading. Okay, so I'm then looking at the Archangel Mestron deck. Have here from Spirit with love. Okay, so we will link in with that. So definite love message coming through here. Can I just ask, Lisa, I'm getting somebody coming through on a fatherly link here. Father or grandfather in spirit coming through with a lot of love here. Okay. You have the sovereignty card here. Okay. So I will, as I say, I will be pulling these first and then I will be doing you a full reading as to how they all link in together. This just shows what you need to, what your blocks are. Surrender, denial. Okay. Right. So let's see what we've got here. So you have the Love Yourself card, and then you've got From Spirit with Love. Okay, so I do feel there is someone actually coming through for you here on a fatherly link. And I won't go into anything too personal here on a public site, okay? But I do feel that you may have been getting signs that they are around, okay? You may say often through birds. That's why there is a robin on there. If all of a sudden you're just noticing a particular bird by chance, it's that all of a sudden it's a bit unusual how they're coming to you. It's often that someone is trying to communicate, or there may be other signs that you've noticed that someone is trying to communicate with you. But I just feel here, I'm being told here, they're coming through, they want to dry your tears. Okay, I'm being shown someone sort of just gently wiping away your tears, and saying it is time to take off the blindfold. Okay, you've got surrender denial. It is time to be honest with yourself, see things as they are, all right, not how you want them to be, all right, because in doing that, it's loving yourself enough to be honest, all right, loving yourself enough to decide that you deserve more, loving yourself enough to, I feel I want to move forward with you. I feel like I want to jump forward into something new, doing something for you, making those changes for you. Okay. And that's very much where this beautiful sovereignty card comes in. And this is about standing in your own sovereignty. I just feel that you give away your power too much to others around you, and it's time to really stand in your power. Okay. Because I'm being told you can. I'm being told you can lie to others. You can't lie to yourself. Well, you can, but you know you are. All right, and it's time to really, really see the truth in that. Okay. So I'm just going to ask how you can move this on. Okay, on these lovely dream cards, there's a lesson here for you. Imagine the life you really want to live. This is what I mean. Love yourself enough. That card was love yourself. Love yourself enough to imagine the life you really want to live. Observe your surroundings through new possibilities and shape your consciousness to include your dreams. It is time to step up, to own your power, to move into the life of your dreams. But that starts with one step, okay? The problem is we look at where we want the end result to be. And I'm told again and again by Spirit that life is the living the journey, okay? Life is living the journey. It's not the we keep thinking, oh, as long as I can get to the end and it doesn't matter what goes on in between. No, because you noticed how often we reach our goal and then we get a bit of a dip in enthusiasm and we go, oh, I thought this would be different. If you any will watch that new Disney film, Soul, exactly what I teach. It's a beautiful movie of that we like to think that when we get the goal, when we get the thing, when we achieve the whatever it is, the new job, the new partner, the new house, the new fridge, freezer, whatever it is, we're going to be happy, happy, happy. And then we go, oh, when what we realize is it's the journey in getting there, or it's the after effect. So, for example, I'm being shown here moving towards a wedding. Sometimes people work so hard and they spend so much on a wedding, and they put everything into the day. That's the goal, is the day. The goal should be the marriage. The goal should be the relationship. And you're having to go through a wedding as a threshold, stepping over that threshold into a new life. But many people become very depressed after the wedding because it's like, oh, this is now just normal life, not the big razzmatazz and the lovely dress and all the glamour. That's where, so if you take that as an example, sometimes it's always because we're striving for the goal and we think the goal will bring us the happiness, when actually it's the journey before and after the goal. The goal is lovely to have. That gives us a drive, that gives us something to work towards, but don't miss the lessons in between. It's why I always advocate keeping a journal. So for example, this last year I've spent, as we hit the annual mark of the lockdown starting, I looked back over my journals and looked what I'd achieved. So I set goals within that. I had to totally change my life and start to come online and do this type of thing. But I wouldn't have dreamed I was going to do this. So this journey, I'm getting very clearly here, it's your journey, Lisa. And It's loving yourself enough to make those changes. Does that make sense? Okay, I'm just seeing if there's anything else for you. Okay, I'm just going to pull you a crystal card as well. Beautiful. Golden Healer Quartz. Okay, this particular type of quartz. So you may want to Golden Healer brings in the light of the sun, just like you get on a sunny day. It will bring the sunshine into your life, and it will also reveal any problems in the light of the sun. A light bulb moment, very effective when used on the physical body. Thought can be a cause of depression and can spiral you into negativity. The Golden Healer can lift depression and bring new hope to any situation. So that might be something that you want to focus on. You might want to try and get hold of some of those. And let's just see what color you need to help you move forward. So I do realize that Spirit are coming up with very big changes they're talking to, but we're talking about raising ourselves into the fifth dimension, because this takes work. Okay, this takes action, this takes risk, this takes stretching ourselves, this takes stepping into something that makes us feel a bit uncomfortable. Okay, contentment is lovely, but then it can lead to stagnation and boredom. It's always just stretching ourselves a bit out of our comfort zone. The comfort zone for me was made to be stepped out of. All right, when we know we're in our comfort zone, it's time to step over that threshold into something that's a bit uncomfortable. Okay, so Lisa, beautiful. You have lavender here. So this might be a color you want to bring into your life. It's for connect to your body, mind, and soul. So again, I just feel it's time to be listening to what's going on with you. Listen within, listen to your body, listen to your spirit. What's it trying to tell you about moving forward? All right, I hope that helps. Okay, let's see where we're going now. So I will use the pendulum to see where I'm. Okay, am I being? Yeah, okay. Yeah, Fleur Vinny Bastiano. Have I said that correctly? Okay, so let's say I'm being led very much to work through the cards today. I work on all levels, so today I just see where Spirit guide me. And oh, Sharon, that's really good. Take the messages and take strong action. Good for you, girl. Good for you. Right, Fleur. Let's see. Look forward. Okay, so this is your first step. All right, I'm going to pull all the cards and then I will do your reading on pulling them from all different decks. Got Indigo, Mystery and Mastery of Life. Feels like a pretty deep message for you. Moon Oracle cards. Creation. Okay. Where your block might be. Okay, that makes sense. Surrender your fear of change. Okay, so let's see what we get with all of these. So, okay, I'm being shown here, they're lifting your chin up, all right? I feel like when they do that, it's because you're looking at your navel, all right? And I feel there is an element of a victim mentality going on here of it never happens for me, nothing ever works out for me. It's always good for everybody else, but not me. But they want you to look up and start to look forward, okay? But to do that to start with, you need to, again, chin up and look around at your life at the moment. And I feel with you, I feel the technique of starting to do a gratitude list on a daily basis. Just start with 3 things every morning and at night, before you go to sleep. Write down or say 3 things about your day that you're grateful for, that you're thankful for. And that'll start to change, because I'm just feeling a lot of negative thinking going on here, and this just may help to lift that. Okay, because with indigo, the mystery and mastery of life, yeah, okay, so this is what they're saying here on the ground to create this firm foundation that I spoke about in the group reading. Is it's about starting to accept the mystery of life and to master some of these techniques to start raising your vibration, to allow you to, but I feel this is, step at a time. This isn't about a massive leap, but everything has to change with one step. All right. So as it shows there, I'm being shown even with the child looking upwards, and that's what they were doing to beginning, lifting your chin up. So it's about whether that is getting more in connect with your spiritual side. But I also feel, because here, and it's interesting that on this is the full moon today, you've got creation. And what I'm getting is it's time to start taking action to create the steps, the life you want, okay? Step at a time, but you need to start taking action. And even if that action is just starting to write down what it is you want, because sometimes we get stuck and we can moan that nothing's right for us. But the reason being, and we just say, well, it'll never work. If your language is often around, it never works, it always goes wrong. And I get that. Sometimes we just get tired, and it feels harder. But I'm afraid we have to. I get a good kick up the backside from spirit all the time. If I fall into that state and just go, can I do this anymore? I just get, yes, you can. Get up, get on, get moving, dance around the room, raise your vibe, do whatever it takes, because that's what holds us back. Sometimes we have to let go of our fear of change. So we like to stay stuck sometimes, because it's like, if I don't really try hard, then it's not my fault. And I'm just being corrected here in the use of try. I read a lovely article on somebody that I follow who said about, don't use the word try, use the word experiment. And I love that. I'm experimenting. That takes out that whole feeling of I've got to keep going, trying. How about I'm just experimenting? Does this work? So I'm going to dance around the living room. I'm going to go out for a walk. I'm going to practice laughter yoga, which I teach as well, which shows that fake laughter has the same effect on our endorphins as real laughter does. So we can change our physiology. We can change the chemistry in our brain by forcing laughter sometimes and doing things that we do exercises that actually, and then fake the laughter, and before you know it, you're really laughing. It changes, but you've got to make the effort. Okay, these things don't change. So I hope that makes sense. Right, okay, so let's see what crystal might help you. So do remember, I do work with people on a one-to-one. Do look at my website, melaniewellard.co.uk, or please do follow me on my profile on Facebook. I use that as my business. And I do inspirational little videos on a daily basis that people say really help them. Again, I tend to find what I talk about each day is very guided. And that's just on Melanie Wellard. I think it's Melanie Wellard 7 is my profile on my page. Melanie Wellard 55. Or on Instagram or YouTube, all the same. All just my name. Okay. What crystal for Fleur? Okay. Hematite quartz you've got, okay? And what it says here is power should be used wisely, but take your power. And the angel of the hematite quartz says, I bring you strength and power. I'm here to give you direction and a purpose. And that's what I feel you need at the moment. But you've got to go looking for it, okay? You've got to do something about it. You also require the dedication to pursue this direction that I bring to you. You have to be wise with yourself, then you can enter into your own spiritual power, which is what I was saying. It's looking forward, starting to make those plans, starting to make some changes, okay? So you may find, again, as I say, you may want to find a piece of this and work with it, or just visualize it, or look it up in a book and look at a picture of it. So, and just link in with the energy. And as it says here on the back, hematite quartz can help you take control of your life. And that's what I feel is really, really needed for you at that profound level in order to, as we said in the group reading, to build on solid ground. Okay, I hope that helps, Fleur. Right, okay. Get my pendulum. Wanting me to use this a lot today. Okay, so what we're looking at today is what major changes you can make, where you have to look really deeply in order to help you move more into fifth dimensional way of living. Okay, so if that's not for you, then that's absolutely fine. Okay, so I won't be looking at sort of just day-to-day items today. All right, it is about profound change. Okay, right, let me just check the pendulum. Oh yes, big yes here, big yes going on here. Belinda Jones. Okay, Belinda. Okay, Belinda. I know you've mentioned something specifically, but I'm just going to go with where Spirit are taking me, okay, with you, and just see what is going on. So let's just see. Yeah. Right, okay. Your first card for your foundation is Forgive and Forget. Okay, so I will look into that in a bit more depth in a minute. Okay, so I'm just going to pull the cards, and as they will, it's how Spirit have told me to work today, is to get this collection from the different packs and then see how they all fit together. Because often just pulling them from one individually, it's not until they're all together that it shows the clear picture. Okay. Okay, you've got the healing card, pause to receive. Hot moon, extremes. Okay, and I'm just going to see what the block card is. Might be blocking you. Okay, and you've got surrender your ego. Okay, cultivate gratitude, be of service to others and come from your heart. Okay, so we have forgive and forget, allow healing, extremes, and surrender your ego. Right. What I'm feeling here is I feel that you're just right at the basis of it. I feel that you're a bit stuck. Okay. I was talking earlier about sometimes when we achieve our goal, we get a dip in enthusiasm, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, was this the right thing to do? All right. I do feel it is the right thing to do, but there's deeper issues going on here. Okay. So it's almost like this is what you thought would bring you happiness. And then sometimes we achieve it and we go, oh, hang on, I'm not feeling as happy as I thought I would, so it must be wrong. No, it's not wrong. You've done the right thing as far as your house move is concerned. But it's because it's now saying, right, okay, now you realize it's not external things that can make you feel better. You've got to go inward, okay? And there is definitely some forgiving and forgetting to do. So full moon today, wonderful time to do it. You need to move on from stuff. There's some baggage. I'm being shown like you're carrying this huge bag behind, and there is some real resentment going on there. So I feel this could be family links. It is time to let the healing in. So I do feel what might be a good idea, I don't know whether you do this already, but I'm being shown, have you smudged the house? It just feels, or using clearing sprays. You can, there's many things, whatever you like to use. You can use sound. I use chimes to go around the house. Anything that helps clear the space, and then you've got to own it. But it's like you've gone into a space there that's now making you look at yourself. It's allowing you to stop now and go, oh, okay, that wasn't the reason. So, but it just feels like you're thinking maybe, and this is why I've got the extremes and surrender your ego card, is because it feels like there's a need for a bit of humility here. And it feels like you might be just saying, oh, this is wrong and that's wrong, all the rest of it. It's not out there, okay? And it doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It just means you've got to go inward. And it just feels like there's some healing to be done. I just keep getting, this will be a safe place now for you to rest and to start receiving some healing. It's like you now have a firm foundation on which to start your healing path, okay? And what is it that needs healing within, rather than feeling that an external thing is going to work for you, okay? And remember, these are always journeys that we go on. Wow, I look back on some of the healing journey. We're always on the journey, okay? We're always on the journey, and the problem is we've been sold this idea that if we just have this new thing and that new thing, we're going to be happy, and they can give us a huge amount of pleasure. But no, this is all about today, the looking inward, okay? So let's have a look. I'm just going to see what support you can have. So what affirmation for you? Right, okay. I deserve to live in an atmosphere of joy and acceptance. What a lovely affirmation for you to work on with this situation. All right. And on the other side, it's I'm open and receptive to all good. It's like you just need to, for this, you need to change your thinking about the house. The house is good. It's just saying to you, now it's time to look inward and go much, much deeper with a healing path. But this will give you a good place to start. Okay. Right, I'm just going to see, this is to give you advice, you see, from what you can use, what techniques. So I'm going to use the dream card now. And there you go, just to confirm. I love the way spirit work. They always confirm to me, and pulling these ones afterwards. We attract what we are. Therefore, dreaming is a journey within. So exactly what I was saying. This is about going within. What inner beliefs are still restricting you, putting you down, and making excuses that hold you back from your dreams? So that's pretty much summarized exactly what I was saying in the reading. Okay, this is a time to go inward and work on it. I do work with clients to bring about that change. So because it's not just a case of a little change here, sometimes we just need that support moving forward. Okay, and let's just see what color might help you. Cherry. What a lovely thing to finish on. Live an extraordinary life. So you may want to drink cherry juice. I've started doing that. I'm doing a mix of cherry juice, pomegranate juice, and what's the other one? Cranberry juice, all high in antioxidants. I'm very much loving myself with bringing in lots of healthy stuff. But it says live an extraordinary life. That's what you can do. Okay, so if you can, lift your attitude away. I just think you're going through at the moment what is very common after an event has finished. We go down a bit. Exactly what I was saying at the beginning. Sometimes we just dip. So don't focus on it too much. Let that go. Look at what I've said. There's some work to be done there. and enjoy it. You know, learning, if we can see learning and this raising ourselves up to become fifth dimensional beings as an exciting journey rather than a chore, and develop more of that compassion and love in our life, then we change the world. All right. On my little video I did this morning on my site, that's what that came through, is that through tiny steps, tiny little acts that we do, we can, if we did it all, if we all did it, we could really change the world into the vision of what we want to see, rather than just moaning that it's not good enough. All right, so I hope that's helped. Okay, let's see where we're being taken now. Okay, Laura Lou, I am being drawn to you today. Okay, let's see. I feel like there's some big steps for you to take, Laura Lou. Getting a message, it's time to stop asking and start doing. All right, so there's something you're holding back from taking action. Right, so your first card is do what you love. Okay, so as I say, I'm going to bring them all together, all the different packs, and then I'll do the overall reading as they all interconnect. We've got the Akashic Records evaluation and review. All right, so I'm just going to pull the Moon Oracle. Wow, and it is a supermoon today, and you pulled the supermoon card, attraction. Okay, and let's see what might be blocking you. So if I was working with you as one-to-one clients, what my clients do is then they let me know on their development, and I work with them on an ongoing basis, because then that extra support helps you to achieve where you're going rather than feeling alone. Right, okay, and you've got surrender, stubbornness. Okay, so we bring these all together. So it's about, so in order to do what you love, okay, I feel that you do need to, there's a whole need to evaluate your life, review your life. What is it you love doing? What is it you're wasting your time on? What is it you're, where are you putting your attention that it doesn't need to be? It just feels to me that you're going round in circles a bit, okay? And you need to stop that and start going forward in a bit of a straight line. Or they're showing me a spiral, because life doesn't really go in a straight line. But you need to just, you know, get a pad and pen, start to put pros and cons, what's working for me, what's not working for me, what do I need to change? Because again, I feel that it is just time, as if you were reviewing a project. What's working, what do we need to change? So I'm being shown almost as if as a team, but in order to attract what you want, so it's doing what you love, but I feel that you need to do a bit of review into deciding what it is you do love. All right, and to put away the excuses, to put away the I can'ts and I shouldn'ts and that's impossible, and it's just saying no, just write down my list of what it is I love. All right, but in order to attract what you want, this is the stubbornness. This is what's keeping you stuck in going round in a circle. If you're tensing up or taking a rigid stance about something, gently observe yourself and become more yielding. This will help you communicate more lovingly with yourself and others. I just wanted to read that out to you. But it just feels like, you know, you've got to let go of that stubbornness, because it just feels like that's what's keeping you tethered to where you are. Because if somebody gave you a suggestion, maybe you go, oh, I couldn't do that. No, that isn't really what, you know, and you just go round and round and round. So review it, decide what it is you do love, and then what are you going to do about it to start attracting it into your life? Okay. Okay, I'm going to use these. One come up. Lovely. Got embarking on an adventure, because that's what I feel you need to be looking at as your life. To bring about change, start to look on it as something exciting. Start to look on it as, way to go. This is, yep, okay, I'm going to stop walking in circles, and I'm going to decide I'm going to at least start one thing that I love doing and bring that into your life. And that in itself, the minute we do what we love, the minute we connect in with the heart chakra and we start doing what we love, wow, does it raise our vibration. Then we're living our purpose. People think, oh, there must be some big thing that is my purpose. Doing what we love emits such an enormous energy field that spreads to everyone else. And that could be something we do on the side. That can be something we do as a hobby. So I go for my lovely walks in the morning and I love it. I'm in the woods. I do my videos. I love it. And I'm always linking in with, okay, I don't like doing the washing up. So I compromise. And then what I try and do is bring the love from other things into that energy and say, okay, now I'm going to put the music on, dance around the kitchen when I do this chore that I don't normally like, and try and bring the love in. That's just giving you an example. Excuse me. Okay. When I start to choke like that, doing a reading for a client, I do feel here that you do need to be, there's things that need to be said, all right? Or be careful about what you're saying. It just feels there's a block in your throat chakra here, and it just feels like you've got to start speaking truth to yourself, okay? Be really honest with yourself where you need to make adjustments in order to move forward, okay? And then I'm just going to bring you have a look at the dream card of what advice this gives you. Dare to dream a little bigger, dare to ask for a little more, not because everything should be bigger, but for you to see where your limits are. Does that make sense? Okay. And start to bring about those changes. All right, I hope that helps. Okay. Let's see where we're going now. Oh, I'm glad, Fleur. I'm glad. Okay. Okay, so draw next. Sorry, I'm just waiting for the pendulum to see where I choose. Just check. Yeah, Tina Coates. Tina Coates. Okay, so just quickly, Tina. Okay. As I say, I've been doing very deep readings with each of you today because the subject matter calls for it. So if anyone would like to work with me on a one-to-one basis to bring about real change, please look me up or just follow me on my my profile, Melanie Wellard. I've opened it up so you can follow it now rather than just having to befriend. Tina. Oh, we're very clear what we've been talking about today. Live your soul, not a role. Okay, so I'm just feeling here, my love, that you need to do some really serious work on working out what it is you love. I just feel it's all got a bit too mundane and there's a need to take some risk. Life is about that. I don't mean literally sort of like leap off into something, but you need to be bringing some more of, you know, linking in what does your soul want. Okay, with this one we have ancestors, appreciation and healing. All right. Okay, I'm going to link into these in a minute as they bring them all together. The oracle card, moon oracle. And we have blossoming. Okay, and then what might be blocking you? Oh, another one got stubbornness. Okay, so often as you see, this can be, it's us that's holding ourselves back. All right, we keep wanting the universe to change things for us, but often it's us that's standing in our own way. So, okay, live your soul, not a role. Maybe take an inventory of what roles do you perform? What is your, you know, when we put these roles on us, often they're given to us from childhood, and that's not what our soul is. All right, so it can be, oh, this is what I do at work, or I'm a mother, I'm a sister, I'm a brother, I'm a father, I'm a clerk, I'm a rider, I'm a whatever it is, I'm an astronaut, it doesn't matter. Okay, I'm a friend. Move away from those roles for a while and say, what is it? What is your soul calling you to do? All right. And I do feel with the ancestors one, appreciation and healing. I feel that that's why I was getting that some of these roles have been given to you from when you were very young. And I'm being shown that it's almost like there's some sense of deep responsibility and duty going on here. And it's, but it's tied to others' idea of what you should be. So I just feel this is going to be a deep one for you about looking at really what it is your soul calling, because you've then got another full moon here on the full moon day. You've got blossoming. It feels like this is what you're coming into when we start really addressing, and there's no better way for starting to live more fifth dimensionally is by actually saying, what is my soul calling? And you've got to work on that. You've got to find that out. And but it just feels like you're coming into fruition. All right, you're blossoming. It's like this is your time. But there's your block. You've got to surrender that stubbornness. All right, surrender the stubbornness. That's what's holding you back. It's the no, I won't, and I can't, and I'm not going to change, and it's not me, it's someone else. It's all those type of language. All right, or I can't possibly do that at this stage of life, or my age, or whatever excuses it is. It just feels like, or I'm right, they're wrong. We need to drop that stance, become more flexible and flowing. Okay, if that makes sense. Okay, and let's just see what advice you get. The dream cards here. Wow, you've got the same card as somebody else, and this says it all. You're being told to look at what your soul calling is. Imagine the life you really want to live. There's your start point. Observe your surroundings through new possibilities. Shape your consciousness to include your dreams. So you have to start having your dreams first. Imagine what you want your life to be. But I feel this is an inward journey. We're talking here about, as I say, how to live a fifth dimensional life in that feeling that every day we are living our journey, we're living our truth, we're living our soul's dream. So with that, I hope that's helped everybody. I have to log off now. I'm just going to pull one last card to finish off as a group reading. Oh, wow. Okay, that's to leave you with. Address your addictions. Now, that can be all sorts of things, not just physical addictions. That can be our addictions to being stubborn, our addictions to our behaviors, our addictions to people, ways of being. Time to let them go. All right. All right, my loves. Well, all have a lovely day, evening, afternoon, wherever you are in the world. And I will see you again soon. Bye.